Hi everybody, my name is Kenny. I represent Singapore Digital Chamber of Commerce. I am the current CEO. I'm here today to share a bit of our transformation programs to help Singapore companies to get transformed, get to know more about technology, using technology, and of course, the most exciting part of it is salary claims, right, as part of the program. So first of all, let me share a bit about the insights of how SGDCC was formed. It was formed in 2018, right? And the main focus was to help Singapore companies to implement technology in their current workflows. We do events on a monthly basis. We educate a lot of people about Gen AI, which is one of the hottest topics in the market. And I'm here. I want to go into the details of the programs. Stay with me. Yeah, I'm sure everybody is excited to know about a lot of things that, what the government have entails, in regards to the salary claims. Let's talk a bit about the salary claims and why is it that, the government was, doing this on helping companies, to get on board. So the salary claims primarily started, government launching CCP program. Primarily is a career conversion programs to help existing staff to get more of the job redesign to, create more values, more knowledge, so that, the staff can do more for the organization. The organization can basically excel in some other areas or new areas, right? So the salary claims are primarily, it's a few key components of what is critically important to take note of. Number one, for existing staff, the basic salary has to be minimum $3,000 and above. Okay, so basic salary doesn't include commission, it doesn't include incentive, your bonuses, of any other sorts of allowances, right? So it's just a pure basic salary. It has to be 3,000 and above. It cannot be, right? It has to be Singaporean or PR, okay, to be eligible for the claims. And one of the things to take note is that there should not be any directors, any stakeholders, or any shareholders are eligible to claims. So, and that also will include immediate family, okay, of the directors and shareholders. So based on this criteria, if you are immediate families of the director and shareholders, and you yourself is the director and shareholders or stakeholders of a company, you are not eligible for the claims. Right? This is typically for employees of the organization that is not related to the stakeholders of the organization. So having to get to know this, okay, then as you're going to do your job redesign, to upgrade, upskill the employees, implementation of certain technology, processes to improve, will entice you, to have a claims of their salary. So the salary claims for existing staff will be 3 months. Okay, and if it's new hire, right, you will be potentially up to 6 months. So, but in details, you have to come and talk to us so that we can understand a lot more. Right, so let's talk a bit about new hire right now. So new hire means if your organization is thinking of employing new staff, new employees into the organization, please remember to apply first, because there's only a window period of 3 months, for this new hire to be approved, to be eligible for the salary claims, right? So this is exciting times. You should beef up, your manpower kind of resources, for the new 2025 moving forward, right? So with this salary funding. Okay, but the salary fundings come with some criteria that how much you can claim, what are the things to look at, So we break down the salary claim into 2 parts, right? So there is a age, component that you have to take note of. Number one, it has to, if anybody that is above 40 years old, right, you can claim up to, or you can claim 90%, right, for 3 months if it's existing employees, okay, and 90% for up to 6 months if it's a new hire, right? So existing and new hire. Okay, so a lot of people will ask then, hey, what about those people that is below 40? So if you are aged below 40, for example, you're age 27, 28, 35, that kind of thing, then your funding will be 70% for 3 months, that is for existing employees, okay, and 70% for 6 months, up to 6 months, that is for new hire. Again, I would like to remind all of you that new hire primarily has only a window period of 3 months from the application of that new employees to get approved, right? And the window period is only 3 months. Remember, these are all the details that you have to take note of. So primarily, if you're not sure, how your company is going to be eligible for, there's a link that that you can actually click to be a scheduled one-to-one session with me. I can explain to you guys, getting some information from you, to see how many employees are eligible, what is your plans, moving ahead in 2025, how much money, of salary claims that you can actually opt for. Right? So all this information will be made clear to you during our scheduled, Zoom meetings, right? So please don't hesitate, and get into the call with me. So please remember all these things applies. At the same time, give you an example of, how the claims, numbers are going to be like. Assuming you have a staff that is called Benny. Benny, basic salary is $5,000 a month. He's an existing staff, had been working in the company for at least 12 months already, right? Which is a very important criteria for existing staff. And if you take 5,000 times 90% funded, is 4,500 times 3 months, it'll be $13,500. And that of course applies, to the 70%. But of course, if you take note that as a new hire, if you go for 6 months for Benny, and then 4,500 times 6 months, it will be a saving of $27,000. So please, capture this opportunity as soon as you can. Book down a call with me, as soon as possible, which is limited, slots available for the one-to-one session, right? And I can explain in details and, to know how the eligibility of employees will do. Hi guys, I'm back again. Right. So right now we are talking about the upskilling programs, which are the courses that is eligible to attend. There are a couple of courses that we do take note of. Right? So primarily, courses that is very technology related. We have courses that's from Nanyang Poly, from SIRS program, things like using AI to generate content. You can do videos, you can do designs, you can do speech, using generative AI. You can do WhatsApp marketing, okay, which everybody or a lot of people, majority Singaporeans or people in Singapore is using WhatsApp. How do you use such as tools to facilitate leads, and stuff? There are a couple of courses that I think we will do a recommendation. Things like areas like, how can I implement generative AI, in the organization? It can be areas of Copilot, Microsoft Copilot implementation in the organization, right? Can I use, RPA, right, to facilitate, processes, so that it can keep the efficiency very high? Can I talk about, data analytics, right, which is very critical, important, right? So that as you collect data, how do you analyze the data? How do you make decisions based on the data if you have collected? Can I use, AI in content generation, right, or content creation, right? So that's important. When you're talking about marketing, you have to create a lot of contents, and most often, one of the most popular, platforms in the market is like TikTok, Facebook, where people post a lot of videos. How do you do like 10, 20, even 50 videos a month using generative AI? These are some of the programs that we entail. Some of these programs are a mentorship program, meaning that a mentor will be dedicated to one employee, so one-to-one. Right? They will actually teach you, guide the employees how to use it, towards the organization usage, and then come out with a outcome of a content, right? You can use. So the content can be a video, it can be a design, of some elements, it can be a speech, that you wanted to share something across, to customers. Let's say you wanted to present a PowerPoint, with a speech being played to present the PowerPoint, and these all can be done using generative AI. Right? Okay, so these are some component or upskilling courses that we do recommend to organization, but we will only know more if we get to understand what are the roles of the employees going for the programs. Then at the same time, how do we job redesign, some of these additional roles, to help the employees to upskill, at the same time create more value for the organization. And all these courses and upskilling programs are 90% funded as long as you're SME in Singapore, right? Typically, and the companies only pay 10%. So guys, so after knowing all these courses, right, most important part of the action, to take is there is a link below. Please click on the link, schedule a one-to-one session with me so that I can get to understand more details of what kind of courses or upskilling program that is suitable for your employees. And I can't wait to see you guys. Okay, so guys, after we hear about the salary claims, we talk about the courses, upskilling programs, and now we come to talk about the automation systems, right? So there is a NACE programs to really help companies to look at automated, solutions using generative AI, right? And typically the program is funded by WSG, right? And it's 90% funded, okay, upfront, right? So it also means that, you only need to pay the 10%, you don't have to pay in full, and then you claim. So the 10% of the fees is only at $600, okay, where the selected appointed consultant by the Singapore of Social Science University, right, they will be allocating 40 hours, right, to dedicated to finding the solution, right, and then do an implementation, primarily to help companies to come up with the solution, right, that is suitable and accessible for their organization. Okay, so that's entirely how the program goes about. Okay, so again, never alerts, please click on the link below, get into the scheduling, Zoom with one-to-one with me so that I can understand a bit more what is suitable and then how we can move things forward with the application. So thank you guys for listening all the details of how the salary claims comes about, how's the consulting of the NACE programs, how the upskilling programs entails, right, for your employees to upskill, right? And then we come to the end of the session, and most important, let's find a good way, how we can make use of all these available programs to help companies to progress better, become more efficient, save costs, right, in 2025. So don't hesitate, to reach out to me or my team, right, through the links and schedule a one-to-one appointment with us so that we can, go in details on how we can help you guys. So thank you very much. I'm Kenny again, CEO for Singapore Digital Chamber of Commerce, and I hope to see you soon.